Good evening, everybody. This is Angel and Jonathan with SRM. We're here live with Crooked Line Racing's short track oval series where they are in the super late models here at Oxford Plains for 125 laps around this rather oddly shaped track. We have a few minutes here left in qualifying. At the moment, your pole sitter is Christian J. Pittman. He is our points leader and last week's winner. Second place right now is actually our gentleman second in points, Joshua Sexton. He comes into this race 33 points behind after a not so great finish last week. He'll be looking to bounce back as he starts outside pole with Christian Pittman. So far, third place, we'll keep on going. Looks like just about everybody's put down a time. Third place is Levi Allen. Had a pretty dominant car last week as well. Some issues as well. Didn't quite get, I'm sure, the place he wanted. David Fuge Jr. He's going to be in fourth place at the moment. Here we go. Tanner Marr. He wasn't so happy with a couple drivers last week from last week's race. We'll see if any of those fireworks jump in to this race. He'll be in the fifth position. Steve Sexton will be sixth place. He was 3/10 back from Christian Pittman. Fourth place here, I have Frank Barberry. And then in eighth place, it'll be Bill Gross. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go through this lineup one more time as it is now official. Your points leader, Christian Pittman, will be starting in the first position. Outside front row, Joshua Sexton looking to gain some points. He'll be starting in second place. Number 41, Levi Allen, inside second row. Dave Fuge in fourth place in his number 22 super late model. Tanner Marr will be in fifth place on the inside of row 3. Steve Sexton on the outside of row 3. Frank Barberry will be in seventh place in the number 29. Bill Gross will be in eighth place in the number 12. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the 9th and 10th place cars are actually our race admins for today. We've got an exciting 125 laps at this track. With the 8 drivers out here. As I said, Christian Pittman, our winner last week, he's got 3 wins now on the season, looking to make that 4 and continue to try to run away with his championship. But his closest competitor in Joshua Sexton is in second place. He's waiting and he is desperately needing to go ahead and reel back in Christian Pittman's 33-point lead at the moment. As we always like to do, we like to thank sponsors. Sponsors for today's race for Crooked Line Racing League at Oxford Plains is going to be Buttkicker. If you guys haven't already had one, I recommend highly you get them. They make your sim racing experience a major upgrade. Cars are getting ready to start rolling off the grid here. Go ahead and pull up our race info here right before we start this race. As I had mentioned before, a very oddly shaped oval, almost a circle as we're getting ready here. 0.35 miles, very short track, which means these guys are going to have to get up on that wheel and get really just perfect throttle control. I tried putting some laps here earlier, and my goodness, throttle control was just so important. I couldn't keep the thing under me. Track temp at 82 degrees. Not too hot today. However, it is gonna be a warm one nonetheless. And we've got a wreck here early in this race. Looks like Bill Gross is going to be involved as well as Steve Sexton. It's very easy. Oh, there it is. Just very easy. Just overdrive a corner at this track. Corners, they may be wide and long. However, doesn't take much to overdrive it just by a little bit here. Levi. We're jumping here at our leader, Levi Allen. Get ourselves a better view of this paint scheme here. Looks like Rad Company is his sponsor. I love this number 41. The colors, how it transitions from the black fronts to the just like kind of like that turquoise blue. Very nice looking from there. Move on here, Joshua Sexton. I'm not sure exactly what happened with Christian Pittman to start the race. Looks like maybe he had to start out back, which is exactly what our second place driver is looking to have as a championship contender with some troubles here. But he's got a Buttkicker sponsor as well, who's happily sponsoring their league throughout this year. Got that chrome look to it. I've always been a big fan of chrome, but I think the colors with the red and black really make a good difference with him. Moving on back to David Fuge, my apologies, in the third position. Very similar paint schemes with the 41 up front. Matter of fact, it looks like here, pace lights looks like they're off. These guys are doubled up again. Again, it's a very, very hard track to race on the inside where you're supposed to. Doubling them up only makes it that much more exciting for you. Pace car takes a nosedive onto the pit lane, and we are back green. Levi Allen was a nice jump on his second place competitor, Joshua Sexton. He will clear him through 1 and 2 as they battle it out for second place. Looks like David Fuge might be able to clear Joshua Sexton. David Fuge clears him. Joshua Sexton just looking for a way to get back to the bottom. This track relies for you to be on the bottom as much as possible. He's got a big run here. Not quite enough. Tanner Marsden to get to his inside. Gonna hold that bottom side. And Tanner Marsden get a nice run on the bottom. Will clear Joshua Sexton. This is not what he needed. He's now battling with his points leader, the man he's trying to hunt down. Christian Pittman will clear him, and he finally has a way to get back to the bottom. This track is so tough to ride that outside. And we got a 29 going sideways. That is Frank Barberry. Looks like we're going to stay green here. Okay, we're going to go ahead and jump back here with David Fuge. We saw just on the back end of that camera view of him getting sideways. Oh, I apologize, I clicked on the wrong gentleman there. And we're gonna go ahead and rewind a little bit from here. Right before you enter pit lane. This track is oh, there it is. He just got loose coming off the turn. Happens so easily nowadays. It doesn't take much to get these guys going sideways. He'll stay all right. No issues with him. We come back up to the leaders. Levi Allen is still in the lead. He's got himself a 1.1 second gap now over David Fuge. A long way to go. We saw last week plenty of different drivers, different guys dominating at different moments. This track would be nothing of the least compared to last week. Levi Allen showed some dominance last week, being able to put up some pretty good laps, staying ahead of everybody. He's looking to do the same here. He gains another 10th and a half on that lap alone. On second place, David Fuge. Tanner Marr in third place. He's right on David Fuge's bumper with points leader Christian Pittman right behind him. We got a nice little battle here for second place. See, David Fuge is able to wrap that bottom very nicely. So he's going to dive right in, gets right to the bottom, trying to hug that line. It's not even a line, it's actually an extra piece of asphalt where the cement right there, not sure the track itself. You cannot hit that. Your car will be going sideways, and if your guy right now in front of a couple other guys, you're taking them out with you. They're going to have nowhere else to go. As you see here, he's continued to wrap that line, doing a fantastic job with it. On this next corner, we're going to jump onto the nose of his car, see how he gets right up against there. You can see that ledge. Can I get onto that? A great view from this camera work here from SRM. Looks like go ahead and jump into the cockpit view as well, so you guys can get a good view from there. And you guys at the very beginning, seeing the track and the shape of a circle more than an oval almost. Look at how much he's got to work this. Even on the straightaways, you are not going straight. This is like Chicagoland, but both ends are like the backstretch of Chicago. You are never ever getting this wheel straight. Maybe at that one moment, but he's got to give it a lot of wheel. That is 45 plus degrees almost constantly to those turns. Oh, see, there you go. He hit it, and Tanner Marr is going to get right up on him. Not quite enough, though. As he's still trying to hold off Christian Pittman. Go back to that cockpit view. You can see how much he's having to work his hands through here. Luckily, these cars don't use up the tires as much. However, they only have one extra set. So if you go for a spin, you push it too hard, hit that ledge, and you're going around, you're going to be stuck tire-wise for a very, very long race. As Christian Pittman here is now looking under Tanner Marr for third place. Sees that Tanner Marr struggling to get around our second place driver, David Fuge. He's looking to go ahead and move up the grid as he has all day today. Take a look back at some of our other drivers here. There's Joshua Sexton. He's still looking to chase down Christian Pittman, really getting freight trained on that restart. It is just so hard to restart the outside, no matter how good you can be. It is so difficult to restart the outside, and not much of a chance to gain spots. Losing spots is what's going to happen. And we've got a yellow flag here. Got a caution. Let's see what we're looking at. And just as it is, second place, David Fuge holding off a hard-charging Tanner Marr, just got onto that ledge ever so slightly. It's all it takes. Go back and look at his onboard view from here. Oh no, just all it takes, just a little bit to get on that ledge and you're going around. Something I tell you, Levi Allen was not looking. He was pulling over 2 seconds on second place and pulling away as they all continued to battle. But he's already shown quite a bit of speed today. Let's see if anybody else has a chance, has anything for our current leader. They are just going to roll around. We got a chance to check out some of the paint schemes. Let's roll through some of the other ones here. Tanner Marr, we didn't get a chance to see his. Also sponsored by Buttkicker and McConey Setup Shop. They do a pretty good job with setups. This is a fixed setup league, however, everybody's on the same level. It's who's going to outdrive the next and who's going to have that little bit extra luck that maybe somebody else doesn't have today. Christian Pittman, our points leader as well, with that blue and yellow paint scheme. Very, very reminding of an Air Force team almost, although it's not, but gotta love those colors together nonetheless. David Fuge was our gentleman involved in that last wreck. He actually did not get to the pits there, so it looks like he's gonna hold on and hope those tires will last him. Gotta get him to last at least another 30-40 laps to kind of split this race in half. They're off turn 4 here. Look, might be getting. There you go. Lights go off on a pace car, ready for another green flag run. I'm sure some of these guys are wishing they had a change crew for this race, not wanting to get stuck on that outside. Joshua Sexton will pack on that outside over in the second lane. We'll see if Tanner Marr fares any better than Joshua did. Joshua had dropped all the way down to the 5th spot. Luckily was able to get one of those spots back from there. Pace car off, and we are green. Levi Allen was a great start. He's going to clear Tanner Marr. That's going to be perfect for Tanner. He'll slide right in front of points leader Joshua Sexton. That went exactly as Tanner would have liked. I'm sure Joshua wished the same thing would have happened with him, as he's now falling back. I think he will get clear as well. Yes, he'll get clear right behind David Fuge. Running right back into that 5th spot, right where he was just at the start of it. Levi Allen's going to continue to pull away. Over here, just almost a half a second lead already on our second place driver, Tanner Mars. He's got the points leader behind him. Gotta mention the points leader. He's just dominated this season. He's got more wins than everybody else. He's just consistent every week, no matter what happens. He's getting loose there off of turn 4. Tanner Marsh just racing a little bit of a higher lane, trying to get a good run. He knows that Christian's there. He knows he wants that spot. Gonna try to do everything he can to defend him. He's going to move up high, and it's, don't know if on purpose or by accident, but it's going to be exactly what Christian Pittman needs to go right under, take the spot. Tanner Marr's not going to put up any more of a fight. Very smart to just go ahead and get down, let that one spot go, so he's not going to lose much more from there. With these cars at this track, you have to be so patient on throttle. Throttle control is everything. You're going to roll through these corners just as they are there, slowly get back on the gas. If not, you're going to be sliding. And you got some runoff in the corners here. It's very easy to get up there if you get a little too loose going in or even out of the corner. So that quite a bit of practice earlier from everybody. There was no exception. Everybody pushing it to the limit to see what they can get. We'll stay here single file for the moment. Looks like Joshua Sexton is ready to try to go ahead and make a pass now on David Fuge, trying to get to his inside anywhere he has a chance to get a shot at passing him. It's a little bit more of an overview camera here. This rather small 0.35 mile oval. Now David Fuge is looking like he wants to be on the attack of our number 4 car in 3rd place of Tanner Marr. Look and seeing Tanner's coming up a little bit. I'm not sure if that's what he's trying to do, run a different line from these guys, or if he's just getting too loose into these corners and giving other guys a shot to get right to his bumper. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get ourselves 43 laps completed, lap 44. Let's go ahead and give you one of our fantastic turn it up sessions. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see there on our, or during our, not gonna, during our Crank It Up session, we had an accident with David Fuge, and we were actually on board with him on one of his suspension cameras. We'll go ahead and back see from the overview. Oh, he got a little help. Joshua Sexton gonna give him a little bump and move out of the way. Definitely not what he was looking for right there. Trying to get a... Yeah, just a little bump. That's short track racing right there. I'm not sure if maybe Joshua just got in there a little too deep. We saw the 22 slide up, and that may have been part of the issue. The lights are off on the pace car. It's like on our next time around, we'll be going green as Levi Allen is still our leader. Bill Gross is up to second. The two did not pit. Come off turn 4, Levi Allen, another fantastic start. He's just got these restarts down. Nobody can touch him. Joshua Sexton's gonna go move right up into second place here. He's gonna get the pass on Bill Gross. Bill Gross not trying to hold off the likes of David Fuge, but not mistaken, these guys all took tires when they came down the pit road. They're gonna continue to pull away. Bill Gross stuck. Finally gonna get himself to the inside there. Now Joshua Sexton looking to start hounding our leader, Levi Allen. Fresh tires. You only get one extra set, so we'll have to see if these guys who took tires here are going to regret this later on, and maybe the Levi Allen and Bill Gross have a little something for them later. That'll definitely have to be their hope. Levi's really hugging that bottom white line, making sure that Joshua doesn't have any shot at getting at him. You see, he's having to drive in a little deeper, a little lower. Definitely not his ideal situation. Oh, Joshua gets on the ledge. He'll save it, get loose. He'll drive it right back into the next turn like nothing ever happened. Trying to hound our leader. He is. Not quite enough. Levi's just too good wrapping the bottom of this track, and this is going to be very difficult for Joshua to get past him. Gonna have to use another one of those bump and runs. What a beautiful camera shot right there as these guys come single file. Oh, it looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a loose car right there. That was David Fuge. He is all over the place. He is giving it everything he has got today. That's exactly what you want to see out of a driver. You want to see him giving his absolute best. If you're not loose and spinning, you're not pushing hard enough. Levi throw another little block there, wrapped the bottom real nicely, but Joshua came in a little higher. Might have a decent run off the turn. Christian Pittman, points leader, right behind, looking to make a move, waiting for these two guys in front to maybe make a mistake and slip right past. Looks like Levi's gonna have to give it up. Joshua got a big run off turn 4, gonna drive to his bottom, and he's not quite clear, just about. He'll clear him here into 3 and 4. Levi just had no choice. These guys with fresher tires were going to eat him up eventually. He did a great job there for about 10, 12 laps, holding them off. Now we'll see how this works out for him in the long run. Our 2 points leaders ready, first and second. It's exactly what Josh was looking for. He actually, while being in second place in the season, has had great consistency. Last week was a bit of a bummer getting involved in some other wrecks that weren't to his doing. He hasn't had a win yet this season, and consistency pays. It feels good, but you want to get that win. That win would certainly help close the door on the points battle with him and second place currently Christian Pittman. Christian, however, is looking. He is hounding him, waiting for him to make a mistake. Joshua got that lead, but he's not going to be able to slow it down at all. He's got to give it everything he has, trying to hold off our points leader. We're halfway, you know. We still got plenty of this race to go, and these guys are battling it out and having a blast from the looks of it. We'll roll on down here, see if we got any other battles happening. David Fuge here holding on to third place, getting on that ledge again. Almost lost it. He's got it. He can save it, that's for sure. He's wheeling this thing. Levi Allen is right behind him, doing a great job still holding on with the tires that he's got. They are now 2 seconds behind the leader. A little further back here was Steve Sexton, the 151 car. Just taking it little by little. He had not a bad day last week. Frank Barberry, saw him get a little loose earlier, bring out our first caution of the day. He's just riding around as well. He's right now trying to hold off the likes of Bill Gross. Bill Gross again, he did restart at outside of the front row. One of 2 drivers not to come down pit lane to get fresh tires. Go back up to our leaders here. Sorry, Tanner Mars mired back there as well. It's quite a bit off the time with the leaders. Not sure maybe what happened to him. He was leading the race earlier. See, here comes our. Let's see. Jump back to our leaders. Christian Pittman did get by. My apologies, we missed that one for you. He did get by Joshua Sexton for first. So we'll go ahead and see if we can't find that pass for the lead. Go back here. Sorry, we missed that. We'll get right back to it. Ooh, Joshua Sexton just overdrives the turn. Gives Christian Pittman an easy chance to get to the bottom. Easy pass. Didn't even have to fight too hard for it. Joshua Sexton, however, has not lost much time from it. He's about half a second behind, just waiting, staying patient. We've got 50 laps to go still. Plenty of time. What's been great about these guys is how clean they've kept this race so far. These are not easy cars to drive, not an easy track to drive whatsoever. Don't want to jinx it. Nobody's gone off-roading just yet. Everybody's just doing a fantastic job so far to this race. Second place, Joshua Sexton. Drop back here to David Fuge. He's doing a great job holding on to third place there. It's about 2.5 seconds under from the leaders, staying patient. He's had a couple of side and side slipping and sliding. He's been doing a pretty good job so far. Levi Allen, I know he didn't take tires. He's just a little disappointed. I'm sure he didn't get those tires, but you know what? Hanging on so far in the 4th spot. Led a lot of laps earlier. You know, he's got a fast car. He's just waiting for a caution. That's all he can hope for right now. Get a caution. Get his fresh Hoosiers, not Goodyears. We're racing Hoosiers today. Get some 4 fresh ones to get out there and maybe take back those spots that he lost being on older tires. Steve Sexton, however, looks like he's slowly reeling in the likes of Levi Allen. He also got fresh tires this last time around. Everybody but the 41 of Levi Allen and the 12 of Bill Gross. Not bad though, holding on. They're both 4th and 6th at the moment, respectively. Go back here to Bill Gross. Got a little damage on the right side, but I think he'll be all right. Short track racing. Nice smooth enter. Yep. Ooh, not so much for smooth exit. Catching that bottom ledge. Roll back down. Frankie Barberry holding on here in his spot. We're all staying pretty much on track. Christian Pittman has pulled away from Joshua Sexton. Now up to an 8.5, 9/10 of a second lead. David Fuge not too far behind these gentlemen. He's fighting hard every lap. He's having a good day here, holding off in that 3rd spot. Now we're down to 40 laps to go. I know that is not. We still got a long way, but these laps do count down fast. Right now they're running about 16-second laps. 0.35 mile track there, just going through it. know for a fact right now, the only person not hoping for a caution throughout the end of this race is going to be our leader, Christian Pittman. Everybody else is hoping to get reeled right back in. Take another view here for you. Nice smooth entry. And see, as these tires wear out, it's very, very hard to wrap that bottom. You can try, but once you get too close, you're just going to start spinning. You see Christian Pittman came up a little bit off the bottom, then came back down, almost like a little bit of a diamond effect. Still got a bit of that ledge right there. Nice view, almost like a drone view, staying right up front. They can keep up this thing with these drivers. Joshua Sexton, as you can see, he's got a little bit of pressure now from our third place driver, David Fuge. You just wonder, maybe did Joshua put too much heat in those tires on the beginning of that run, trying to get the lead and holding off Christian Pittman, and maybe it's just showing here as he's now 1.5 seconds behind Christian Pittman, our leader. Get in the cockpit of our leader right now, see how much he's having to work this wheel. See, just a small tap. You're almost never going to be full throttle through here. It'll turn you sideways with the power these cars make here, and you always having to be sideways. Comes off turn 4, going down here to turn 1. As he drives it in. Number 29, Frank Barberry. He is the last car in the lead lap. He's going to give all the respect possible to our leaders. Move completely out of the way, let them go right by. Here, right there. As soon as he got off the turn, he got into the gas just a little bit. He heard it go a little bit sideways. But he is our leader for a reason, our points leader for a reason. He knows what he's doing. Keeping it calm, keeping it smooth, but nonetheless still fighting as hard as he can to continue to gap Joshua Sexton, who's now 2.5 seconds back. So we got a battle for second here. Joshua Sexton's gonna keep it high. David Fuge got a good run off turn 4. Or turn 2, I'm sorry. Here's to go into turn 1. David Fuge will indeed take the spot over for second place. Josh was really struggling here over the last few laps. Now down in the 3rd place. Levi Allen here in 4th place, trying to hold on. Got these older tires that we spoken about earlier. He's definitely praying for a caution here as we're down to less than 30 laps to go in the Oxford Plains 125 for Crooked Lane Racing. Christian Pittman going into today's race had a 33-point lead over Joshua Sexton. Looking to continue to add not just to his point total, to his win total. Looking to win as many races as possible. That's all you can possibly do to try to guarantee yourself a championship. Win, win, win. Although Joshua's done a great job having no wins compared to Pittman's 3 and only being 33 points behind. Today it's all about winning for Christian Pittman as he's trying to hold on with 25 laps to go. Drives into turn 1. He's got a now 3.4 second lead, 3.5 second lead over David Fuge. He's just walking away with this one today. But 25 laps, anything can happen between now and 2 to go. Caution comes out, everything changes from there. See Frank Barberry over there, still staying high for these leaders. You see that runoff right up top there. Doesn't take much to lose it and get up inside there. Ooh, looks like Steve Sexton got a little bit tight going into that corner. Luckily, everybody had plenty of room to get through. No caution come out for that one. Bill Gross as well, remember, still on his original tires that he started this race with. Just as well hanging on, trying to get that caution. Let's see what it feels like to have over 100 laps on your tires and how hard he's got to work this wheel. That's all the way, almost 90 degrees right there, trying to get this thing turned. You can hear how late he's got to get back into the throttle, just trying to let it rotate, not give it too much gas, not let it get loose on him. Gotta love it. These guys are doing their absolute best. As I said before, not an easy track to drive. These cars have so much power going to the rear wheels. Here, this track is so slick when they try to come off the corners. It just, the slide is a bit too much. I know when I was trying to drive some laps here, I couldn't do more than 50% throttle on the straightaway, but I'm not the professionals these guys are. These guys have got it down packed. My fastest time was what they're running now with 100 lap tires. Get back to our leader here. He's now pulling away to a 3.9 second lead over second place David Fuge. Over the last couple of weeks, I've been doing this here with Jonathan. It's been great to see what Christian's been able to do. He's not there at the start of the races. He did qualify in pole, had to start from the back for some reason, but he's not there at the start. Somebody else usually leads plenty of laps to start, but somehow, some way, Christian Pittman rises to the top. He always makes it happen. That's just patience and a willingness to go out there and drive your butt off to try to get that win. It's like we might have a battle shaping up here for 6th place with Bill Gross and Tanner Marr. Let's get back to them. Just staying aside from each other. Tanner was leading the race earlier. Maybe he got stuck on pit road, not exactly sure. Just waiting, hoping for caution as well. He showed that he could lead this race. He's wanting to get back up there and give it a shot again. So we come down to, let's see, we're at 12 laps to go now. They can go down the backstretch into turn 3, coming off turn 4. We'll have 11 laps to go. We'll do a quick rundown once again of everybody. Christian Pittman leading. He's got a 4.3 second lead currently over David Fuge. David Fuge running in our 2nd spot. He spun out earlier at least once. He's sideways quite a few times, and here he is battling back for 2nd place finish. Great job to him. The patience as well for somebody like that to have quite a few issues. It's like Bill Gross showing here he went off track. Let's see what happened here. Oh yeah, got loose, and right onto the inside. Ooh, he's flying. Upside down. No caution from it though. He's gonna have to take a tow back onto the pit lane. He was really hoping for a caution, try to get those fresh tires and use them up, but Bill Gross is not gonna be able to at this point. Flipping over, coming through to the infield. He's out of the racing lane though, no need for a caution. Something Barber was, maybe don't wish bad on your opponents, but that'll be an extra spot he gets to gain just from staying out there and riding out as much as he can, as he's 2 laps down. Bill Gross still on the tow truck at the moment, 4 laps down. And it looks like Levi Allen actually took 3rd place back from Joshua Sexton. He's still on his original tires, so Sexton must have absolutely just drove too far with these tires. Go back and see that pass for 3rd place here. Got a big run. Looks like just Joshua just a little bit too high off the corner. Just all it takes to lose that spot and give it up to somebody else. Bill Gross back out on the track, 5 laps down, just gonna stay out of the way from our leaders. Speaking of which, he's already caught Tanner Marr. Tanner Marr, same thing. I said it last week, the respect between the leaders and lap cars is phenomenal here. A lot of times that's a big issue some people have where you just can't. Sometimes there's a discrepancy. Somebody isn't quite sure what's happening, and they don't quite give the room to the leaders. Here, everybody's got a lot of respect for each other. They know their driving skills. Some guys got better races than others, different tracks. Christian Pittman right now showing off to the field. He's got a 4.5 second lead now over David Fuge. Here we are in the final lap as he goes through turns 1 and 2. Dive down into 3 and 4. He's going to win by almost 5 seconds. Christian Pittman, loose off of turn 4, is going to win for his 4th time this season. Back-to-back races and continue to extend that championship run. What a phenomenal race. Just absolutely amazing. He dominated. He put on a show for everybody. We thought for a long time Levi Allen might be the guy to beat, but he did come back for 3rd place. But Christian Pittman's here. He's ready to enjoy his burnout. Get right on here as he does his burnouts. That's a happy fellow right there. Back-to-back wins. You couldn't be happier. Great job keeping his nose clean just about all day, coming from the back. Patience is key, and that's how it's done. See all 3 drivers for our top 3, Christian J. Pittman, David Fuge Jr., Levi Allen lined up right next to each other. Give them a moment to catch their breaths. Let's see if we can't start with our top 3, their interviews. We'll go here and start with Levi Allen. Bring him in. Hey, Levi, this is Angel and John in the SRM broadcast booth. Have you got us?
I gotcha.
Man, Levi, nice. That was a nice recovery there, coming back to finish 3rd place. I don't see that you took tires at all this race. I have a question. Did you get tires at all?
No, I did not. I thought they weren't going to help very much, but apparently they did. Because Christian was taking off. There's no way of catching him.
Yeah, he absolutely took off. He looked like what you were looking like at the start of this race. You were just taking off, and you were leaving everybody in the mirror. How was that feeling at the start of the race? You know, you got to start on the inside of the front row after Christian Pittman had to go to the back, and you just kind of, your restarts were phenomenal, I gotta say. You were just taking off. I mean, it's then to just dominate the race, to start of the race. If your tires, though, didn't really look too bad at the end. I mean, I saw you came back and passed Joshua. Now, he had fresh tires. Do you think he just used them up too much?
I probably just used them up too much. I'm actually curious of what my tires are at. I can't wait to check them when I tow my car.
That'd be interesting. I mean, you could see yourself wheeling that thing with no tires. You and Bill Gross were the only 2 not to pit and take tires that time. So I definitely got to say, great job. I mean, fantastic job on coming back for that 3rd place finish, never giving up, driving a smooth, clean race. I'm sure you got some sponsors out there, or sponsors, friends, anybody to give a shout out to.
First, I'd just like to say my right front was at 49%.
Oh my goodness.
59. My left side was okay. But yeah, I'd like to thank Rad Plus Plus. I'd like to thank the guys at Cricket Line Racing for putting this on, because it's always really fun racing these guys. And I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting. I'd like to thank all my guys over Overtake Motorsports, even though I didn't have a spotter tonight, but they're always here to help me whenever I need it. And yeah, that's about it.
Man, well, fantastic job to hear that right front was at 49%. You were still wheeling it and making a pass to get to a podium finish. Fantastic job. Congrats. And that's nice points there for you. Go ahead and, especially passing Joshua there. I know you got to reel him in a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. You have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. That was 3rd place. Levi Allen with a fantastic job. 49% of that right front. Unbelievable. Can only imagine what he could have done there with fresh tires. He would have gave Christian quite the run for his money. Aside from that, though, let's go ahead and go to our second place driver here, David Fuge. Hey, David, this is Angel and John in the SRM broadcast booth. Have you got us?
Got you guys. How's it going?
Man, it's going great. I think you probably wheeled that car harder than anybody else. I know you got second place, but you had quite a few interesting moments throughout that race there.
Yeah, it's an interesting track. It's one of my favorites. It's all about throttle control, car momentum, car control. It's a lot of fun. It's hard to stay off the curbs. I know I hit them a couple times and messed myself up, but really was just trying to pace my tires and make sure I had something there at the end. But congratulations to Christian on the win, and I think none of us had the best car other than Levi. He was killing us, and he was definitely the best one out there tonight. So he had a great race.
I gotta say, I appreciate saying all those things about the track and how that finished exactly what I said. So you're making me look like I know what I'm doing for my job here. No, you did a great job, though. I mean, I saw, we were actually on board with you right when you hit that curve and spun out. And I was just talking about beforehand, so maybe a little bit of broadcaster's curse on my part. Sorry about that, but see you constantly wheeling that thing, even if you hit the curb a couple times, you had to save most of the time, and hell, you came back for a second place finish.
Yeah, it was a good night. Good night for the Diamond Motors Ford Taurus out there. Definitely had a lot of fun. Would like to have seen a few more guys out tonight, but honestly, this track scares some people. They don't want to get out and mix it up. But these are my types of places: the Oxford Plains, the Bull Ring, Lanier, South Boston. Get me in tight spaces and a little bull ring, and this is my type of deal right here. So had a lot of fun and was really looking forward to tonight, and was glad I could grab a podium.
Absolutely, and it's very clear you enjoyed yourself. I mean, you had a one incident, nonetheless, you came back for that second place finish. So fantastic job. You got anybody you want to thank for today's race?
Big shout out to Diamond Motors for the support. Got fine used cars up there in Tacoma, Washington. Go check them out. And thanks to you guys there at SRM for putting this on, and all the boys at Crooked Line Racing for putting on a great league. It's hard to find a good short track league with good racing that's good respectful guys, and this is a lot of fun. I enjoy racing with these guys. So thanks for broadcasting, and thanks for the interview.
Absolutely, Dave. It's a pleasure to broadcast for you guys. It's a blast to watch you guys, and I was talking about that respect earlier. You make me want to leave the booth and go join you guys. Thank you again. You have a great day.
All right, thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, that was Dave Fuge, our second place finisher. We're gonna go ahead and ring in Christian Pittman. Hey, Christian, this is Angel and John in the broadcast booth. So you got us?
Yeah, I got you guys.
Well, here we are talking to you again, back-to-back weeks as the winner. I gotta ask, how's it feel? Back-to-back wins.
It's really good. I was dreading Southern National and Oxford. That was the two races on the schedule I was really nervous for. So to be able to win both of them was a really big deal. And tonight we had a lower car count than usual. Normally we have 15 to 20 guys, so I think that was a little bit on my side. And we pitted on that last caution when a couple of guys stayed out. And for the first time in a while, the tire strategy kind of fell our way, and we were able to come away with the win.
I feel you on that tire strategy. It bites me all the time. Yeah, Levi Allen was one of the two drivers not to take tires there. He wound up in third place. I'm sorry. He said he had 49% of his right front tire at the end of this race, 125 laps. He definitely had a dominant car to start, though. Looks like you kind of took the reins over after that pit stop. Really worked out for you and just about everybody else. And everybody said, man, they didn't have nothing for you today, it felt like.
Yeah, I enjoy this track. It's kind of like a track I used to run midgets, and it's very similar to a track just like this, where you almost I don't know if you guys could see it, but I kept hitting the curb in the corner. If I could run it right on the curb and not hit the curb, it was almost like you could pick up a tenth or two down there, and I think that's what was able to help me was stay lower down the straightaway when everybody else was kind of washing up a little bit. But my tire, see, me and Levi were just talking about that. His was 49, and I pitted 50 laps into the race, and mine was 79. So there's a big difference there for running the whole 125 besides me running the 75 on a set of tires.
Yeah, just the luck of that caution right there. Great strategy. But as you said, yes, we were watching you a couple of times right in your cockpit view with you just barely tagging that curve and staying low. I didn't really notice the difference on that, but I guess clearly that's the way to run this track. Maybe some of your competitors get a couple of pointers for the next time we come here.
Yeah, this is probably my most hated track on the game. I like the track is a cool design, but I just like you're constantly turning. I never one time did I ever put the gas all the way to the floor. Once you got into fourth gear, you kind of were half throttle and still hitting the rev limiter. So it's kind of a track where slow is fast, if that makes sense. If you're just smooth with the car, it's pretty quick.
Well, it was absolutely a blast to watch you get your back-to-back wins, your fourth on the season. Let's go ahead and hear who you got to thank. I'm sure there's plenty out there. They'll be happy to hear you talking and shouting them out.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my grandparents as always for watching the race, my dad and my girlfriend, and then Five Kings Motorsports, Buttkicker, McConey Setup Shop for providing some really good setups, MF Racing Designs for making our paint schemes for all of the cars, and then Crooked Line for having the league, and then you guys, of course, for broadcasting tonight.
And just as I told Dave, man, you guys make it a blast to watch, a blast to be broadcasting for. Thank you. Congrats on your win, and we'll see if we're talking to you again next week in the broadcast booth.
Yes, sir. Hopefully next week we'll have a bigger crowd for you guys.
Oh, not a worry. It was a blast nonetheless. Thank you. All right, that was our winner, Christian Pittman, winning his fourth race in the season, back-to-back at what he claims to be his two worst tracks. If I heard a guy say that and he just went back-to-back, I wouldn't probably want to race him against him anymore. He's putting on a clinic against us. We'll go ahead and go over our final grid here. Alrighty, here we got this for you. Let's go ahead and get this. Alright, as we just spoke with Christian Pittman, winning his fourth race of the season back-to-back. He'll come home in first place with a 5-second lead over David Hughes Jr. He said this is one of his favorite tracks, his type of track, and clearly it was, with only one mistake and coming back to finish second place anyways. Levi Allen driving the wheels off that thing, almost literally having only 49% left on that right front tire after 125 laps. Joshua Sexton, definitely not what he was looking for. Got up to the lead, lost it, and just dropped there from to a fourth place finish, 10.4 seconds behind Christian Pittman, the last gentleman on the lead lap. I'm sorry, my apologies. Steve Sexton was in fifth place. He was the last gentleman on the lead lap. Nice job for him, recovery up to fifth place. He stayed calm and cool throughout the race, didn't have to call on him too much, and he'll take home a top 5. Tanner Marr led some laps early. Looks like didn't work out in his favor. He finished just a lap down at the end of the race in 6th place. 7th place, Frankie Barberry in a number 29 car. He was just under 2 laps down. 8th place, rounding out our finishing order, is Bill Gross. Unlucky pit strategy for him, as was Levi Allen, and then getting loose off that one corner and flipping into the infield was Bill Gross. That is our final race results for the Oxford Plains 125 with Crooked Line Racing League. We thank everybody for coming out here. Got to thank Buttkicker once again for being this league sponsor. You can see they sponsor multiple cars. They are dedicated to this league, and I know not just us up here in the broadcast booths, fans, the gentlemen who are racing this league are very thankful for what they do. The products that they create, absolutely phenomenal. Just like that, we are ready to end. We appreciate all the fans, everybody who came out to watch their drivers, watch us out here. Thank you from myself and Jonathan on a fantastic race here. We'll see you guys next week for the next Crooked Line Super Late Model Racing.